All right, how's everybody doing tonight? Great. Okay, the steps are on the overhead for sending me your photo before and after, before and after photos to Chucon plus restore at Foki.com. You send them in an attachment. Just create a new email. You will need to use your other email. You cannot use RVC. We cannot use Eagle to do this because it doesn't let you send mail outside of. But you can use your RVC Gmail account, any other free email account you use, just not RVC Gmail. And I'll write the email up here on the board too, to where it's easier to read. You're going to just create a new email to this email address, attach the two pictures before and after, and send it. For the subject line, you can go ahead and put in the subject line. I believe I have you put in the subject line first and last name, so Chuck Conkle, or as an example there. Chucon plus restore at Foki.com. Send the before and after picture both as an attachment to that email address. And then when everybody gets through, we'll look at it on the overhead. Yeah, number 4, you're going to put in your first and last name in the subject line. Excuse me?
Are we supposed to do it from the Eagle website? Or?
No, I just said you cannot do it from your RBC Eagle email. You have to use another email besides the RBC mail because it won't let you, RBC mail will not let you email outside of RBC. So you're going to have to use your RBC Gmail account and the other free email account that you have. You guys, everybody does have RBC Gmail account, by the way. I don't know if you've ever used it, but it's the only way RBC actually communicates to students now is RBC Gmail. So if you go to rockvalleycollege.edu, have you never checked your RBC Gmail?
I guess not.
Okay.
I go to this email.
No, that's Eagle. That's totally different.
Okay.
That's only for course-related stuff. So you need to go to rockvalleycollege.edu. Get out of Eagle. If you just hit the home button, it should go there, I believe. The home icon on the very right of your browser. It looks like a home icon. And then go up to the top here. Just go ahead and type in rockvalleycollege.edu. And you're going to have tons of emails in here if you've never checked this. That's the only way the financing, administration, everybody emails now. You're through this email account. Then go to My RBC. And then you should see your Gmail, where it says RBC Mail for Students, right there. And you're going to log in with your credentials you use to log into Eagle.
Okay, and then I have to come up with another.
No, this is your Gmail. You'll see what I'm talking about when you log in. It's a full-fledged Gmail account. Did it send okay for you guys?
I didn't know to check it.
Okay, now do me a favor if you would. Go to that number 6 link on our website there on your browser. That should take you directly to the Foki page, I believe. If I did, I'll have to redo that hyperlink. Looks like I have to redo that hyperlink. Do what?
I'm sending you the photo restore, not the one we did.
Before and after. The before and after of the restoration, whichever one you chose to do.
Okay, got it.
You want to try that link again? You guys try that link again, see if it works. You might have to refresh the web page. Once you guys get through sending me the email, number 6 is the direct link to the site. You might have to refresh Eagle though, because I did have to update that link. So week 8, I believe. Hello. We're creating your email to the emails on the board that you're sending your before and after photo to. Just make sure you use an email account besides RBC Eagle, since it doesn't let you send outside of.
Did you attach it? Because I attached it and I just had to open it up. Yeah, I had to open it up because I attached it, sent it to him in the Dropbox. So I opened it here.
Okay, good. And then you're going to attach the 2 pictures. There's one. There you go.
So I can do it right from here.
Yep. You're going to click attach another. You got before and after. Good. First and last names in the subject. Because it should put that in the subject for your email, or for your picture should be your first and last name once it's sent.
Yeah, but the first test
Hmm?
the test I did Tuesday, 31. And my grade
Did you just send it?
6 in the
It
class
takes a few moments.
71. So when I went in and saw my
Then send it.
final, she said, if you don't pass this final at least this week, you're going to fail the class.
Here, my six
For one
husbands.
test. Because I got
Go back to your email that you sent it from.
Every other test I had 90s and 100s. And
Yeah.
So I took the final day, 20 questions, I missed 20.
Okay, mail delivery, you sent it to the
So I
wrong
just
address
passed, like,
evidently.
92.
So make sure, it's got to be, you got to type it in just like it is on the board.
6 points apiece.
ChuCon plus
And there were multiple
restore
choices.
at Foki.com.
And then you can't get partial credit
It's on the
for-
board too. I wrote up on the board in bigger text.
Yeah, I
Yeah, must have typed it in wrong.
92 I did. 90.
Okay, good. Yours was sent. Now go back to Eagle.
I can't go, I have to pass this.
Go back to Eagle, and on number 6 on the board
From one test.
in week 8 is a link
From a 30,
to the
from a
Restore
90 to a 70.
album. So go
Crazy?
log in back to
That
Eagle
many
again.
points. I know. So it sunk me.
Oh, here?
Yeah, you forgot the plus symbol. You put a T in there instead of plus. You put a T in there instead of plus.
Okay, go to Eagle and find out what.
Okay,
your
click
system is.
click on
Pull
our
that
class.
up. Go to your lessons.
Go to week 8.
Okay, save them to your desktop.
Plus,
Then go to your personal email account, like Gmail or whoever you have, and you have to send it to that email address.
Send manipulation
You can't do
photos.
it from Eagle, you have
And it's
to do it
number
from
6. There's a link in number 6. Click on that link. It'll take you to the album, and yours should be showing up. Might take a little bit,
I
possibly, if
do.
it's
I
not
changed
already
the
there.
blemish. I could not get the avatar to look like an avatar. His head was all this.
It did send successfully, so it takes a few minutes. You just keep refreshing that page.
Yeah, I'm done with this. I did
Just
blemish.
keep hitting the refresh link here, that little half
Yeah, I
circle
just
there.
couldn't do it either.
That'll
Don't
refresh
do
the
that.
page.
And then you email it to that. Up on plus, that's a plus sign, not a T. No,
How you guys doing? You get your sent? Did it show up?
go to your
Okay,
email,
cool.
regular email. No, you can't.
Hmm?
do
I said, this is way too confusing.
No, I try to make it simple. How's it going over here? Good. It looks like yours showed up. I saw yours on his browser, so if you refresh it, yours should be on
Oh, I
there.
guess you could have went to RBC email. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I thought so.
How are we doing up here?
oh wait,
I forgot you.
maybe this is it. What are these? Oh, I didn't even see these out down here. Okay, I just.
Do you have the before and after?
Somewhere. I'm so confused because Pixlr just confused me so much because I'm already confused with Photoshop.
Oh, okay.
And I kept saving it and it would disappear and I would lose it and I would lose all my work
Mm.
that was on it and I didn't know where it was going. And
Okay.
I did open up a lot, I had a,
Well, before we do anything, before we forget, you need to rename these to where one says before and one says after at the end.
I know.
So go ahead and do
I
that.
have one out here already, but I think that this is one that was already manipulated.
And then, do you understand what you're doing? You're sending it to that email address as an attachment. You can't, yeah, you can use your RBC Gmail, you just can't use Eagle. Eagle will not let you send outside of.
I have an RBC Gmail, I do.
Yes, everybody does. If you've not ever checked it, you need to check it because that's the only way the college campus communicates with you.
Oh, I've never done, I did.
Yep.
I only did Eagle. So would it be my number, S?
No, you just go to rockvalleycollege.edu and go to My RBC, and it says student email right there. You click on it and put in your credentials right there to log in. Okay, we're getting there. When everybody's is uploaded, we will look at everyone's on the overhead. Get your sent okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
when I came in, the machine was set with the static IP from the Cisco class, so I
Oh, okay.
changed all that.
Gotta refresh it, okay. Looking good. Which one of your guys is here? Oh, okay.
Did you send it to a plus sign, right?
Oh, cool.
Plus restore.
Yeah, a lot different. I like that. And then this year before?
This is my mother's MP3.
Oh, wow. Big difference. Good job. Good job. Big difference on both of them. Wow. Amazing what you guys are doing here. Pretty cool.
Do we have to upload it as a JPEG or as a...
JPEG. Yeah.
There's Carolyn.
Yeah, it won't recognize anything but picture format. Yes?
CK. On plus restore.
rockvalleycollege.edu.
I'm still, I closed it.
Just go to rockvalleycollege.edu and then it'll go there for you.
Yeah, no, but I'm trying to get the picture. It has a Photoshop, but I didn't do it in Photoshop. I did it in Pixlr.
Okay.
So how can I open it up and change the extension? Just to look at.
Go to pixlr.com.
Even though that's what I.
You have to type in pixlr.com in the URL there. pixlr.com.
All right, so
Click on the link at the top. Then you click on the Editor Advanced top link. Open image from computer.
so it's not on the computer because it wouldn't go over. So it's actually
On your USB drive,
Yeah.
click on computer on the left side. On the left side, computer, then click on your drive, the removable disk, E, and that's wherever you stored it there. It's the one that doesn't have a picture icon. It doesn't have an icon, it'll be the Pixlr one. And click open. Okay, that one looks like it doesn't have anything in it. It's totally blank. Go to, you had 2 or 3 other ones in there though.
No, but those are just tips, and she had me save it in different formats. Elaine told me to save it in different formats. There's no layers or anything on here?
There's nothing there, it's blank.
Yeah, that's a JPEG. That's probably the first one. Wait, what was this? That's the one we just opened, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, because it's the PSD. So this is the TIFF. That's nothing. So there's a JPEG. And then this. And those have one in there. But this is the same one that's over here. No, see, I want the 238, 238.
Yeah, it's the same one, so you can hit no. You don't need to override, it's the same one.
So
So you don't have the after, or is this the after?
this is part of the after. I did.
Okay, well, let's just upload that one
I
then.
was gonna do the whole background, but,
Go ahead and upload that one, because we're going to need to look at these real quick. So go ahead and upload that one. Go ahead and send that one via email.
okay.
And then you can do the before later when you find it. You guys got yours sent right? How, you guys got yours sent and show up on the browser? It is there? And which one did you guys do? Which one's yours? Okay, great. Let's go ahead and look at them real quick because we're still waiting on some other people. So I'll go ahead and look at it. Go ahead and click on that. Is that your before? Okay, let's look at the after. If you just click on the picture, it'll go to the next one. Wow, good job. Excellent. Good job. You guys all, did it show up on the album for you?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Subject, first name, last name? Did yours show up okay?
Not yet.
Did yours show up?
Not in the website, so I'm redoing it.
Oh, okay.
I put before and after.
girlfriend's grandma, because the one I had, it didn't show up every time.
You'll need to attach the two pictures before you send it.
It's my best friend's mom.
Remember the attach buttons right there?
So, yeah, she was like, do you want to take mine? I'm like, I did. I brought 2 different ones for you. They promised I didn't. I have to show you. Is that you in the picture?
No, it's my uncle.
Oh, it's good looking. It's a good.
Okay, need to go
Is that
to,
where we go to, right there?
well, you'll need to go to Rock Valley College.edu up here at the URL
Yeah,
first.
that was fun. But yeah, I switched over to Plymouth. This boring yellow.
He told us how yesterday, so I wouldn't mind working with her.
Hold on.
My RBC,
Closest to yellow I got.
and then you'll click on RBC Mail for Students. Yep, you got to check that, guys. It's the only way RBC communicates with you guys anymore. And then that your ID is going to be what you normally log in with your Eagle account. You're log in here with.
What's my password?
Same thing you log in with Eagle with.
Yeah, okay.
We got, well, I need a mouse. I need
Okay, did it show up this time?
so that I ring it up.
She can refresh her browser and you can see it on hers if it did.
Not yet. I'm sure she will, but. Ooh, look at this one. That's a good one.
Yay, you did it.
Because that one's kind of cruddy, and then you do this one.
Okay,
That
create
one
new
looks good.
email, compose,
Wow.
compose.
Oh, she put green on the grass.
Okay, put that email address on the board up on the
No,
two.
it's actually my best friend's mom. Yeah, an old one that she had hanging on her wall because I couldn't, the one for my grandparents just wouldn't scan right, you know?
ONT?
And then my mom
Plus,
said, "I'll
the plus
send you
symbol.
some," but
Oh,
She
plus.
doesn't do email, she used to mail them, I would have never got it, so.
But she
Yeah.
looks like she's
Plus?
related.
No.
Yeah,
No, at
His best friend's mom.
Foki.com, FOTKI.com.
Yeah, I went on there today, I didn't know if we were supposed to do the actual pictures on there.
Okay, on the subject, you're gonna put in your first name and last name.
I liked it, I liked this assignment, this was fun.
All right, and then Sarah, you click on attach a file
I liked
and
it.
browse out to the file that you're gonna
Did
upload.
Andy quit
It's on your
talking
USB,
from the
right?
class?
Or did you put it on the desktop?
Yeah, put it on the desktop.
There it is,
I
Roddy
haven't seen
Mac.
him in
Which
forever.
one is it?
They're both the same.
Okay,
so-
just double click on that one.
Wait, no, the tip has to be up for this. I guess they didn't
I told you,
say any
now
of
plug it
them.
into your thing up the top.
Okay, that's a TIFF file. Let's upload the other one too, because it might, TIFF won't show, I don't think, on the
Work at
web.
Kohl's.
Upload the one above that one.
No,
Click open.
I'm really.
Yeah, cancel out the TIFF one, because TIFF won't show up on the website anyway.
I'm,
So it's okay, don't worry about it.
I'm really upset about losing all of that. I worked all afternoon and I kept saving and saving to the desktop. And I don't know why. And then I put everything in the desktop in a folder.
I just got it, literally.
I
just
changed
got
the
it
whole
yesterday.
background and everything.
Green, black, blue,
It wasn't a very good one anyway. Maybe I'll just do it over.
there.
Because he didn't have that many.
Okay, it already showed. That's it right there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I,
All right, let me have everybody's attention real quick. Let's go ahead and go over these. Okay, what I'm going to do is, if I'm showing yours, we're going to talk about a couple things. One is what the picture's about, give some history behind it, maybe a little bit. And then secondly, what tips and tricks you learned doing this project. What some cool things you did, challenges you did, overcame doing this project, okay? Okay, so let's go ahead and do Corey first. Corey, is this a before here?
Yeah, that's the before.
Okay.
Just
So-
showed my girlfriend's father and their dog passed away. And the old picture,
All right, so this is an old picture, which is common to have around, family albums and such. So that's the before. There's the after. Okay. So what challenges did you have, and what did you use, tips and trick wise? What did you use to get to this place?
Challenge was just how faded it was, to try and get some depth back
Yeah.
in the photo. I just used the clone tool to get all the wrinkles and breaks out of it.
Okay. And how'd you brighten it up? What'd you use for that?
I adjusted the curves.
Okay.
Adjusted the levels. Played with the saturation a little bit.
Gotcha.
I added a cooling filter, and then I used the dodge and burn tool.
Okay. Well, cool. Well, good job. Excellent job. Okay, let's look at the next one. Whose are these?
Those are mine.
Okay. Is this one here?
The first one's before.
First one's before. And give us some background on this one.
This is a picture of my parents. They just recently had their 35th wedding anniversary.
Okay.
This is August 2020, but it's got a lot of breakage and spotting, and it's kind of dull. So I contrasted it more a little bit, went in with the spot healing brush and fixed up some of the spots.
So this is the before, right?
Before.
The little dots around here, little white dots showing up.
We did a crack in it right by her eye.
Okay.
Really after it's a little bit sharper too.
There's the after. Notice you got rid of the dots up here. And a lot brighter and crisper. What'd you use for that again? What'd you use to do it?
I just played with the brightness and the contrast a little bit, tried to find a good edge to it, and the hue a little bit too.
And what'd you use to get rid of the dots again?
The spot healing.
Spot healing tool. Okay, cool. Good job. Okay, next, this picture here, Justin. This is your before, right? Give us some background on this one.
This is my mom when she was 3 years old.
Mom is 3 years old.
And
Okay.
for editing, it wasn't too bad. It's mostly just changing levels.
Okay, kind of yellowish tint it looks like on it.
Yeah.
So let's go to the after. What'd you do to get this effect?
So first I cropped out the border of the film,
Okay.
and then I went to levels and turned down the reds and the yellows, and then brought up the blues and greens. And after that, I just adjusted the curves a little bit to get the shadows a little bit better, and that's pretty much it.
Well, good job. Excellent job. Again, that's the before, after. All right. Excellent. All right, next, Eleanor. Before here?
Yeah, that's the before.
Okay, give us some history.
It's my best friend's mom, because the ones I wanted to use I couldn't get quick enough.
Okay.
And it's hanging in her house, and we kind of took it down and scanned it in. But I used a lot, I'm trying to remember, I did a lot with the hue for the other one.
Uh-huh.
And I did a lot with that, when you click in one spot and then you drag, yes.
The
yes.
clone
Yeah,
stamp tool?
And I added her, there was, in the other one, like her shirt, it was all faded, so I just darkened up, I did a lot of that.
Yep.
Faded that up and then took the creases out. But
Gotcha.
it was a lot of fun, though, I have to say.
Well, good job. Excellent job. Again, we'll look at the before and after. Here's the before, and here's the after.
Yeah, my girlfriend was so happy with it, when I emailed it back to her, she's like, I'm gonna print this one and hang this one.
There you go.
I was like, awesome.
All right. Joanna? Before, which one's before? This one? This one here. Okay. Give us some history on this. Okay. All right. Gotcha. The newspaper clipping. Got some dots, it looks like, in the picture. Anything else that you wanted to rectify? Okay. Gotcha. Okay, I see. Yep. Well, let's look at the after. Well, that's not it. Is that it? Okay. Quite a bit difference. So this is the after, correct? And that's the before. Let's look at it one more time. Before, and you got some white spots here, some cracks, dots, missing split text here. And then here is the after. Quite a bit different. Good job. Excellent. Okay, next, Carolyn. This is the before. Give us some history here.
It's a picture of my father, who's much younger.
And some things you wanted to do with this?
Well, get rid of the spot on the side, clean up the areas where it was cracked, and
Yep.
turn around the edges.
Okay. And let's look at the after and then kind of tell us what tools you used to get it this way.
Well, I did brightness and contrast. It's kind of hard for me to remember. That was the second picture that I did. I worked with Judy the night before.
Okay.
Or our last class, and I had scanned it at too low of a resolution, so it was pixelating. So then when I started this one, I worked for about an hour and 15 minutes, and then lost the whole thing. I was using the navigation tool.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden there was an exclamation point,
Uh-huh.
and I have no clue how that happened, but I hadn't saved everything.
Oh, okay.
So, and that happened twice with that exclamation mark, so I'd like
And-
to know about that. But I did a lot with the clone stamp. I did a lot. I had no clue how I was going to do a jacket like that, so that really worked amazingly well.
So to get rid of the middle line, you use clone stamp?
Yes.
Okay. And
I
then,
think I could have done better if I probably, instead of dragging it down and trying covering the line, if I could have spotted it more.
I think it looks good, actually. Let's look at the before. Okay, and then we're going to get the after. Pretty good. Good job. Good job. Okay, next, Jennifer. Is this a before here? Okay. Give us some background on this.
It's my dad's brother, it's my Uncle Ron.
And some things you wanted to touch up on it?
The crack, and then there were just like white spots on the walls.
Okay,
And
let's-
then take the yellow color out.
All right, let's look at the after. How'd you get it to this place?
The crack and all the spots and stuff, I just used the clone stamp tool, and I messed with like the hue and all that, but I didn't like it, and so it actually used like desaturate.
Okay,
Gave me that color, and I liked it better.
good. Well, let's look at the before. Okay, and then here's the before, and then here's the after. Good job. Excellent. All right, next we have Judy. Judy, is this your before here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, give us some background, Judy, on this.
You skipped one.
What is it?
You skipped one.
I skipped one. We'll go back to it. Let's go ahead and hit this one.
I believe that's a picture of my grandfather.
Okay,
And a couple, we don't know who the other two men are.
and some things you wanted to touch up on this one?
Oh, yeah, I wanted to clean it up and get rid of, make it a little sharper.
Okay. All right, well, let's see what you did here, and then tell us how you got to this place.
Well, I used a lot with the
Clone stamp?
tool.
Okay,
And, trying to think what else, and the levels,
levels for coloring?
yeah, and then, it was fun making the grass green. That was
Yeah, how'd you do that?
Well, that was an idea you had in some of the ones from last year, so I just used the brush and made it 10% and made it.
And brushed it, okay, cool.
Just brushed it. And then, there was a problem with part of the picture, there was like overexposure, there was a streak of.
Right in here?
So I
Yep.
did the same thing with black.
Mhm.
Try to fill that in a little bit.
Oh.
And it helped. But,
Yeah, it looks good.
um,
Looks good. Well, let's look at the before. Okay, now look closely, before, and drastic change here after. Wow, good job. Excellent. And let's go to the one I skipped here. All right, Rob, this your before here?
Yeah, that's the before.
And give us some background on this, Rob.
I wish I had one, but I
That's fine.
actually just went out to a forum and found somebody who was looking for a photo to be restored.
That's fine. What's some things that you wanted to do with this?
It's got a lot of crack damage.
Gotcha,
Some
yeah.
of it, if down through the kids' faces and down the corner as well. It's actually kind of hard to see from here.
Okay, cool.
But then it also had the yellowish hue to it.
Gotcha.
A lot of crack damage in the upper right-hand corner.
All right, well, let's see what you did with it. How'd you get it to this place?
The yellow I had a really good luck of getting rid of with the vibrance setting.
Okay.
And I just took the color vibrance all the way down to 0, and it made a really pretty good black and white. And then I just jacked around with the contrast a little bit and got it to a point that I felt like the black and white balanced out pretty well. And then there's just a one-ton flow tool.
Okay.
There was a lot of cracks. I played around at first with cropping it down to get the edge and all of that out of it, but I kind of decided after I did that it looked better leaving the torn kind of edges in it.
Yeah.
So I tried to kind of balance the whole picture look with fixing.
Yeah, I like it.
So,
Well, let's look at the before. And that's the before. Now let's look at the after. Good job. Excellent. Okay, and then Sarah, this is your after.
Well, no, I don't
Or
know. This is in between.
You don't know.
This is in between.
In between. Okay.
Because it did say 1, and so it must have replaced the original JPEG.
Okay.
So I think I might have to even scan it again.
That's fine.
But he was real pale, like the background.
Okay.
So,
Made it a little darker.
I did some levels, I did a lot of, not hue, I did the hue and saturation, but I did the color balance as well.
Okay.
And the contrast, brightness and contrast. And I even went into exposure, I think, and played around with that a little bit. So
Okay.
my idea was, what I did actually, was I painted the background yellow.
Okay.
And so I cut him out with the lasso tool, which was really hard. And then I found out that there was a polygon tool, but the lasso tool, he was like chopped in pieces because it kept stopping on me, or I would take my finger off.
Yeah.
You know, so it was really hard. So anyway, I got him chopped out so I could have 2, so he could be a little bit more, have a little bit more depth to the picture.
Okay.
And then I painted the background yellow, and then I pulled from the internet all these children's pictures.
Yeah.
And I was going to put real children, you know, these really nice children's pictures in the background, so it really looked crisp and bright. And,
Uh-huh.
And I was actually going to paint him a little bit, because I think I got him brighter in the other one.
Oh, okay.
So,
Well, whenever you find it, just upload it. That's fine. You can because everybody can still see this later. So go ahead and upload it when you're finished with it.
okay.
But good job, excellent job. Okay, well let's talk real quick on time-wise. How long before we go to the panoramic take-home? How long did this project take? Let me just give a raise of hands real quick. Okay, so let's say from 1 hour to 5 hours. How was yours in that range? 1 to 5 hour. Raise your hand. 1 to 5 hour. Okay, how many was 5 to 10 hours? 5 to 10 hours. Okay, and that's not uncommon, especially when you're first starting this, to have it over 5 hours. You're first starting or creeping up there to do this type of project. But then once you get under your belt and understand how to do it, every subsequent project should take much less time, because you know a couple things. One is the tools you need to use, how you need to use them, and where they're found at, and what they do. And so every time I tell students when they do this project, this is not the last project you're going to do to photo manipulation. This is a beginning of umpteen years of doing this. Okay? So it's not just a one-time project. You're going to do this over and over and over and over again on all of your photos. There's always something you can probably touch up on a photo when you take it, whether it be brightness, contrast, hue, saturation, levels, curves, whatever it is, clone stamping, blemishes, all that stuff I just mentioned, just a few things you can apply to your photos. Red eye is another one, all right? And so this is tools you're going to be using your entire lifetime, not just for one little project. And so this is your very first project, though, for some of you, ever delving into it. So to spend under 10 hours for the first project, and I know a lot of you, it's the very first time doing it, that's a great job, especially with the results you got. Yes?
Well, this was my second project in this, because I did the avatar.
Right.
That one I did spend over 10 hours on, and I'm still not finished. I have to go back.
You can keep working on it. Definitely keep working on it.
So I got some experience with that one.
Yeah, definitely keep it. And the avatar is the most difficult one, so that's definitely, you guys did a great job, And I'm going to keep that up there, so if you guys want to update it, you can keep sending files to that. Now let's talk about the panoramic real quick, the one you're going to be taking home tonight. The panoramic assignment, we talked about this on Tuesday during discussion, how to take a panoramic and as far as your succession of photos. So here's what you're going to do. We're going to talk about the instructions first, okay? First is you're going to follow the directions in this PDF, except for part 3, number 7. You're not going to do that one. You're going to save your final image after part 3 as a panoramic, your last name.jpg. So if it'd be me, I'd be panoramic.concal.jpg when you're all done. And by the way, this number 2 step, we are actually going to do this in class next Thursday. I'm giving you an entire week to take these photos. I want you to take time doing it, all right, to collect them, because it might take you, and probably will take you, more than one shot at doing this, all right? You might do 2 or 3 different settings and decide upon, I like this third one the best or whatever. So when you come to class next Thursday, we're going to actually do this lab in class next Thursday. Here's on step 2 is what you'll do in class next Thursday. We'll do this together. I haven't decided whether we're going to meet downstairs or not, but I'll make that decision next Tuesday. We might use Photoshop for this one. Number 3, then you're going to attach the file that you just created, the JPEG, down below. Also, week 8 album, as always, you'll upload that. But this one, number 4, does not need to be done again until next Thursday. You'll do that all in class, okay? You'll do all these steps 2 through 4, you'll do in class next Thursday. Let's look at the PDF file where it says do not do part 3, number 7. Let's look at that real quick. This PDF file here. Let's go back. Open that in a new window. There we go. Okay, here we go. Okay, so when we get to class next Thursday, the first thing we're going to do is this PDF file. We're actually going to use this PDF file to help us do the steps next Thursday. You've already done contact sheet. We're going to do that again. And so you're going to take the panoramic photos you've taken. Say that you've got 8 photos. We'll say you took 8 photos for your panoramic setting. You're going to create a contact sheet for that. Then part 2, you're going to take those images, put them on a folder on your desktop, and then, like I said, I haven't decided we're going to use Photoshop or not. More than likely, we probably will go downstairs to do this. It'll just be a lot simpler. We use Photoshop, give you the steps of how to do that. It's pretty simple in Photoshop. You just go to File, Automate, Photo Merge, point it to the folder where the folders are, click OK. It creates a panoramic of those photos. It'll render them. Okay. Once it renders the panoramic, you will need to crop the panoramic accordingly, and I'll help you with that. And then you'll save it. It says here to save it as a PSD file. The only reason I have you save it as a PSD file is to keep the layers, because it will have multiple layers in this panoramic. When it imports the images, it'll have how many pictures you had will be that many layers. So if you have 8 pictures, there'll be 8 layers. Okay? Every layer is going to be part of your panoramic. And here's how it actually looks on the screen, which looks kind of weird, but this is how it actually imports it and what it looks like, kind of. That's what it looks like right there. Okay? But what we're going to do is, and then you'll have you won't really see the lines of the photos much if it does it right, which it will. But what you're going to do basically is take your horizontal marquee tool, select a good portion of it that we can crop out, okay? And then that's the part you'll actually crop out for your panoramic and save that part as a JPEG. But I will recommend you guys, well, I have you do it in the steps to do the PSD file. The PSD file you will not send to me, you only send the JPEG version. But I do recommend you keeping the PSD file on a USB drive, email it to yourself to keep it. Now let's talk about the photography part. Tripod, we did this on Tuesday. Here's your scene. We'll say you chose to do one at maybe the Rock River at a bridge or something. And I'm overlapping these around 20-25% per photo from left to right. And that's why it's good to have a tripod. If you don't use a tripod, just make sure and keep that camera steady as possible as you're taking the photos, okay, from left to right, left to right.
How many would you say is a good number to take, like 8?
Most students will take on an average of 6 to 8 photos. But again, depending on your panoramic, depends upon how many you're going to take. I would say this will be a good number to go by, okay? 6 to 8 photos. And what I suggest to students is do this at least 3 times, okay? At least 3 times. Because inevitably something's going to happen, like, I don't know, a bird fly across the, but you might like that actually, or, you know, whatever, the wind blow a leaf in front of your camera, whatever, you know, stuff happens. So I would say do this at least 3 times, okay? Do not delete or choose any photos yet. Just bring them to class as they are next Thursday in a USB drive. So if you take 3 of these, you should have, you know, 3 sets of these on your USB drive to select. And so you should have 24 photos if you took 3 sets of 8. When you bring them to class, the only way you're going to know which one you like is actually import all 3. Do all 3 of them. So if you do 3 sets, you'll do the 3-set panoramic. Then you'll choose, bless you, out of those 3-set panoramics, which one you like. Okay? That's the only way you're going to know. You're not going to know by just looking at the individual pictures. Okay? You're going to have to actually probably stitch them all together and do it 3 times. Now, you don't have to do it that way. You don't have to bring 3 sets. I'm not requiring you to do that. But I would highly recommend you doing a minimum to bring 2 sets of minimum to class next Thursday. Does that make sense? 2 sets that you've done. All right. Questions. Okay. Time of day. When's the best time we talked about for taking landscape? Yeah. Sunrise or sunset's the best time. Try to get different angles than what you're normally used to seeing. So do not take this picture on a beaten path, whatever it is you're taking it at. Don't go on a sidewalk or, you know, a walk path or whatever. Try to go, if it's on a walk path, go off a little bit from the walk path to get a different angle. And then also, and we mentioned this Tuesday, not only get a different angle of where you're standing, but how you're standing. It might be an angle of a vertical panoramic versus a horizontal panoramic. We looked at an example Tuesday of a vertical panoramic of a building. You can do that. A student did a vertical panoramic of a building here in Rockford last semester. So kind of think a little out of the box, a little different. And again, sunrise, sunset is the best time to take these. As far as your settings go on your camera, aperture mode would be a great one for panoramics. For anything landscape actually is great. Do not use the landscape mode setting on your camera. Use the aperture mode. If you don't have an aperture mode, you can actually use manipulate the ISO on your camera and set it to manual mode if you have manual mode on there, and do ISO manipulation. If you do ISO manipulation, it'll automatically update the aperture. If you do aperture mode, you won't have to worry about ISO because it does it automatically. It'll update your ISO automatically, so you don't have to worry about that, okay? And most of your cameras in here have an aperture mode. So use aperture mode, you're good to go. Trying to think of what else. I think that's about it. Okay, the other thing is, let's talk about foreground. In your photo, try to put some type of object between you, your camera, and the landscape you're taking. Some type of foreground object in between the two. It could be a tree limb coming down somewhere in the shot, a tree limb coming down to kind of give it that 3rd dimension to that photo, a rock formation in between you and the background, a rock formation. So something like that to give you some depth. Now this something does not have to take up the entire panoramic from left to right. It's just going to take up a portion of it. Okay, to just give it that kind of 3rd dimension, if that makes sense. So it'll give you some depth, putting some foreground in front of that landscape. All right? Everybody clear on that? Understand it? Okay, we'll go forth and take photos. See everybody Tuesday. And again, you have a full week to do this, so
Can I ask a
good
question?
job. Yep.
Where do we keep the, where are the is it in the?
It's in the folder.
Yeah, let me look.
It's in the folder for the week. Like this one, I haven't put in tonight's.
No, but what about the one Tuesday? It's not there.
Tuesdays I have not uploaded yet.
Okay, is that why I can't find it? Okay.
Yeah, that's why you can't find it. I have not uploaded it.
Okay, all right.